You're over there hacking your lungs out.
And I think the show's live with that being the first statement. Okay, let me just double
They
check.
don't know I was talking about you.
Let me just make sure everything is live and going real quick. Yes, hang out with us live.
Oh. Yep, I believe we are.
Yeah, it starts with you're over there hacking. So, okay, we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I feel like I owe everybody an explanation to why I didn't do the Saturday Night Show yesterday. It's because we have a lot of people that I don't feel like putting up with all the stinking time. And I knew that if I had my show last night, I would have just been too angry about it. And I just didn't want to put up with all the evil in the world for a day. So I just took a long nap. But now we're here. Now we're here with the other Christians. And I'm sure the evil people are going to show up in the chat. I'm not going to say they're all evil, but there's enough of them that are just tragic. And they were probably delighted to hear that.
We should nickname them like reindeer, like Santa's sleigh reindeer, you know?
Right.
I think that would be befitting. I just don't know who would get the red nose. Maybe disabled. I like the idea of putting a red nose on disabled. Little clown makeup.
Wait, who is disabled?
Sable. Sable.
Oh.
Yeah. I call him disabled.
One of the nice ones. Sable's one of the nice ones.
I don't like him.
I don't know. He's kind of out there. He comes on. I've heard him come out here and spout his nonsense, and it's like, dude, what crevice did you crawl out of?
I'm like, dude, put away the chicken bones. Stop looking at the bumps on the chicken, dude. Come on, bro.
Every time I've talked to him, he's been more or less respectful. So,
well, that's good.
If we're gonna pick on somebody, let's pick on somebody like Iron Gullet or let me see who else.
Oh, I call that dude the Seagull.
Iron Gull is just a bitter little man. That's all he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like a dwarf or something.
Well, to keep it fair, because I don't like picking on him, but I'd say to keep it fair, I would say that he just hates God. He hates the idea of God, and therefore he hates anybody who carries his name.
He hates God because he's just a big crybaby, just like most people. Oh, God did this to me. Well, then if you don't want to get saved, then settle on it. It's personal.
Well,
God takes personal issue with your sins.
He hates God because he has an autoimmune disease.
Well.
I kind of think everybody hates God at one respect or another, right? Just some people get over it faster than others.
Well, yeah, it's funny because people whine about the problem of evil. If you study theology, you'll understand one of the biggest things that's named is the problem of evil. And the issue is people say, why would a loving God allow a plane to crash? Or why would a loving God allow this? And it's like, the answer is it's personal. God knows every single person on so-and-so flight or whatever personally. He knows who's right with God and who's ready to go if they have to. And he knows who's not right and who's become a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. And God said, hey, it's your time. It's as simple as that. You got a problem with it? Oh, well, you don't know people personally like he does. That's the answer. Come on, kitty cat.
Well, I'd say that we also have to reap what we sow as a nation, as a group of people.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like God knows people. God knows every person individually and personally. And so when he sees into their hearts, he sees someone who's either they're ready for death or they're not. And it's God's call. So say la vie. Monkey cat.
We're the judge of stuff that we can't even comprehend.
Exactly.
That's where you fall in the trap of praying against God's will, right? The idea that you can treat God as a genie or ask God for just a little bit more time. When it's your time, right? You can't ask for more time. You can't.
Yeah. Well, I just find it funny because people want to whine about God, who is the ultimate lie detector, who literally knows every single thought, every single desire in the person's heart. And they'll try to say he's unjust when they can't do any of that. They have no telepathy. They have no way of knowing what's in that person's heart or what they've done in their past. It's like that's why God's the ultimate judge.
I know if I had to judge myself, I know where I would go.
Yeah, you know. But that's why we took grace. That's why we accepted His grace as a pardon for our sins, because we knew where we were going.
You can hate somebody who saves you. I mean,
Exactly.
Nowhere in the I mean, you know, it is one of the commandments that you are to love your Creator, but nowhere does it say that it is a hell-bound sin not to.
Yeah.
I forget who I was talking to, but somebody was saying how God like made some law or something that sounds twisted or messed up, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta admit, there's things that I disagree with God on all the time, and they look at me like, what? And I'm like, hey, just because He's right doesn't mean I have to agree with Him. Like,
Adam and Eve disagreed with the man, and they were made perfect. Hey, come on.
There are times when I'm like, come on, you gotta let that guy into heaven, you know, like, or you know, there's just other times where it's like, kill everybody in that tribe, even the babies. That sounds messed up. But at the end of the day, I mean, who knows better, me or God? So, I mean, I'd be like the most arrogant person on the planet if I went to God and said, I know better. So,
right.
Yep.
Like, I'll admit there are things that definitely sound weird when it comes to the Bible.
Yeah, you know, there are definitely things. The thing that gets me is that really, in reality, when you get saved and God opens the scriptures to you, you can understand. I want to say you can roughly understand a good 90% of the Bible, whereas the other 10% are things we can't really comprehend, and that's where we go to Proverbs. And we have to lean on God and not our own understanding at that point. Because you're not going to understand everything from the Bible.
Do you know what doesn't make sense to me? Is that Adam and Eve, once they're done, they're done. God just leaves their lives and casts them out. But the offspring have more access to direct speaking to him after the fact. That doesn't make sense to me. He directly spoke to Noah. He directly spoke to Moses. Right, but he cuts Adam and Eve off, the only perfect man and woman that He's ever created. Done.
Well, he doesn't really cut them off forever. I mean, it's not that they're like now unsaved.
No, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. But he never spoke to them again, did he?
No, He never spoke to them again after that, but there's lots of people He doesn't speak to directly again. Like,
but that's not the thing. They're offspring. They're direct offspring who are responsible now for this sin. Have more. They're not perfect. They're not even close to perfect. They're made in the image of man, and they have more direct access to God than Adam.
The idea of the first mention, the way God treats the first time it happens?
I'm sorry. What do you mean? I'm
sorry. In the Bible, there's this theory of the first mention, where basically the first time somebody lies in the new church, God strikes those people dead. The first time this happens, God takes it extremely serious. So the first mention in the Bible is normally treated way more harsh than any other time it's mentioned in the Bible.
The first transgression, okay.
So the first time that the Bible mentions the first sin, God's going to be like, nope, banished, cut off, everything. Where later on, it seems like God is very forgiving of sin.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, too, we got to remember as well, that's when it comes to Adam and Eve, whenever you read what happened, yeah, He did kick them out of the garden, but He also took animals and made them clothes, basically representing grace. So that's actually one of your first, when you're studying the Bible, that's actually one of your first appearances of grace in the Old Testament, is God clothing Adam and Eve with the animal skins.
Yeah,
I
He showed
mean,
them
he's performed greater feats of grace since.
but
That's
he
another
doesn't.
perplexing.
He doesn't kill them right away. He doesn't just like shame them in everything. There are lots of things where he's like, okay, I'm gonna take care of you to a degree. Like, for example, Adam and Eve didn't die. They're, being out in the wilderness for a while. They survived. I don't know exactly what the world looked like back then. But I can tell you right now, if you put me, butt naked out into the forest, I'm not making it.
I mean, talk about being casted out into the wilderness. I mean, the only thing that you would have at that point is your knowledge of what the world was before. And I mean, in a paradise, what need would you have to build anything? You're literally struck out into the world as a toddler, almost as though you were born that day. I couldn't imagine it being anything other. I mean, even to the point where God had to fashion you your very first set of clothing.
Yeah.
Time out, everybody. We got a new member. WJ, is that you, William?
Willie Johnson?
William Jackson?
Yeah, it's me. I'm having to mute it on and off because of these kids.
That's all right. How's Roman doing? When am I going to get to?
I mean, we're all children here.
Yeah.
She's all right, just literally doing everything he ain't supposed to, but he's all right.
That's what they do. Well, I can't wait to meet that little booger. I really can't wait to meet him.
Wife, she's had to work all weekend, so should be getting off any minute, but it'll probably still be another 30 minutes to an hour before she gets home.
Okay. Well, I still haven't met her yet either.
She just finally got her schedule. She finished with her training and everything, and
she's
pretty much she'll work 3 days and she's off 2 days, work 3 days, off 2 days.
Is she a security guard? Or wait, she works for the county?
She works at Rice Street.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
The Atlanta jail.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that picture of her in uniform. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It sounds like could be an interesting job for her. She ever done anything like that before?
No, this is first go around.
Okay. Well, I hope she does well at it. In other news, it's my mom's birthday today. We helped her celebrate over at her place and my sister's place. And a large amount of family.
That's nice. Every time my notifications are off on social media, so most of the time, once you send a link, I'm either too late or it's the next day.
Well, I'm glad you caught it this time. Yeah, I'm glad you caught it.
It's been a while since I've been on, probably at least 4 or 5 months.
We've been missing you. How are things going at the work in the warehouse?
You'll get more ammo, Ryan.
Hmm?
You said you've been missing them. I told you will get more ammo.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I am so tempted to make a peanut butter and banana sandwich right now.
Oh, really?
Just so long as you leave the rice out, I think we can live with it.
What? I would not put rice in it.
Rice and bananas, baby. Rice and bananas.
Interesting. Never heard of that.
You haven't been watching the news.
Probably not.
Does anybody have the ability to pull that rice and bananas clip up?
No.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's funny.
You need to Google it, dude. This Somalian lady, she said, you just gotta Google it. Just trust me. When you see a Somalian lady and it says bananas and rice, you've hit the right video.
Funny. Oh man. Now I remember when I was younger, when I was a teenager, one of the funny things back when the internet was first really starting when I was younger, it was the banana phone song. It was such a weird little funny song. Banana phone.
Quaker Jake loves peanut butter and honey sandwich. That sounds good.
I got a question. Everybody hear of the war that broke out over in the Middle East?
Huh? What?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, I've been following it.
What do you guys
And-
thought?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's like we have to. I guess we'll just have to see what happens because at some point, something has to shift for prophecy to start moving, and that is, again, the Temple Mount and the Jews being able to build their third temple, and something has got to give when it comes to that because there's so much. Was it the Muslims? They have a mosque on there, right? Isn't it? I forget what it is.
Dome of the Rock. Dome of the Rock.
The Rock, and it's like that needs to get gone if they want to make if they want to do the third temple. So I'm wondering how that's going to happen. Maybe this war could be the road that leads to it or something.
Well, so Trump is a president of peace. Regardless of what people want to say as he tries to make his negotiations, he seems to be a president of peace. Whenever he storms into a place with military, almost immediately after, there seems to be a lot of peace. Kind of like what happened. We took over.
I've never seen a president be praised for invading a country by the people who got invaded.
I'm not necessarily praising the situation. I'm just acknowledging what's happening, which is, Trump, essentially declared war on Venezuela and finished the war overnight. Now, Venezuela wasn't really expecting us that much, I'm told, or, it was over really quickly. But my point is, Trump didn't stretch out a huge battle. He just went in, did what he wanted to do. Now, okay.
And there was celebrations in the street. That's the thing.
And there was peace. And a lot of what Trump does, whether you think in the moment it could cause a war or whatnot, it seems to cause peace at the end. So knowing what we know, knowing that he ended a lot of wars in his last term, and in this term he seems to be, trying to negotiate with peace in a lot of areas. If you look at the Middle East and you say, how would you get peace there? It would be, you'd have to forcibly stop it. You would. Now, if you look at the... if you let me finish.
You're not going to forcibly...
If you let me finish. When you look at the Middle East, to build the temple, you'd have to have a form of peace. To do a lot of the things that they want to do, you'd have to have a form of peace. If Trump creates peace, which has been somewhat of his motivation, you could see progression of building the temple or things like that.
Yeah, I totally see that.
So in a weird way, it's, oh no, if Trump creates peace, then the end of the world is coming closer,
You see, like, one of the issues over there is that war wasn't started about property, it wasn't started about land, wasn't started about... War had begun over there as one method and only one tool of profit. That's it. Because when they go to war, both sides profit certain families, and usually it's the families that provide the methods and tools of war, and that's what keeps the war going. The reason that there hasn't been peace and there hasn't been an end to the war is because war is quite literally a way of life, a part of their economy, and it's in their DNA since the very beginning.
So did everybody go to church this morning? Hello. Jeremiah, Tim, Dustin, Will.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Nah, we've not really been going to church for about a year now.
Oh, well, I hope you're able to find one. I know it's hard with your schedule and everything. I actually visited a different church this morning. It's a church that's close.
A vintage one.
Yeah, vintage.
She's gonna be like literally this weekend she worked, but next weekend she'll be off, and that's gonna alternate. So like every other weekend she'll be off, every other weekend she'll be working.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I've been wanting to visit that church for a while. There's a young man that owns a lawn care company that I've become friends with, and he goes there. And I told him, I said, when I get a chance, I'll come visit your church there. And so today being my mom's birthday and her being 5 minutes down the road, I said, yeah, that was a good time for me to come visit. And so it was good. They had a good service. Um, and I might go there semi-regular. You know, I'm not going to leave my existing church by any means, but I might start going there occasionally, and then just heading to my mom's afterwards. So, how about Jeremiah? Did you go to church?
Hold on, I'm working on something. Answer something else first.
Okay.
And people whining in the chat or something.
Not in our chat, actually. People are not going crazy there.
They always whine.
Yeah, I'm just taking care of something else on the back end. We're all good. So people are saying that is not why there is war over there. So, I mean, if you guys want to respond to that, I mean,
what's the reason there's war then? I'm sorry. What could possibly be the motivation for thousands? It's what happens over here. We see massive increase in wartime production, which gets sold off as either surplus or aftermath. I mean, that's how this works. You profit in wartime because of the production and because of the use of materials. It's just how it works. Expendables. I mean, for crying out loud, that's how every business model on the planet works, is that you have to produce disposables in order to produce profit, right? Because someone's going to buy that disposable and use it, and it's going to be considered a service. I don't what other possible motivation is there for war?
Yeah, I would definitely say money is at the core of it. You know, they fighting over the oil fields, that's money. Producing arms to fight more, that's money. Yeah.
The poppy fields, that's money. The prostitution, the widowed mothers. I mean, there's no unfundable spoil of war. It's just that they're all profit.
Yeah. It's a business. It really is.
You're gonna try and tell me that that's not the reason for war. I mean, look, like what was the reason for the British American War? It was because of a tax. What do you mean? It wasn't because of the money.
Yeah, it's not that hard to figure out. Like that's pretty an elementary observation of this stuff. It's quite obvious. Like a lot of people are chasing money and profit. Like, and the Bible even tells us money is the root of all evil. Like the love of money is the root of all evil. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just, you know, if people can't process that, I don't know. They must have a broken processor.
Yeah, I mean, like entire industries are born out of war. I mean, that's when we're forced to use new technologies and put them into practice. That's when we're forced to break through new boundaries and take what would normally be considered a not cost-effective way and come up with new cost-effective ways to make it work. Right. That's the reason that we have this quote unquote bottleneck with technology. Why we have 30 committees to every new patent is because it's hard to take something that's really new, like a new technology, and reverse engineer it into something that's cost economical for everyone to own. It's almost impossible in some cases because some of these things require principles that are far beyond little bits of plastic can provide.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think Germany lost the war? It wasn't because they weren't superior with technology. They had all the superior technology. What they didn't have was the ability to make it cost effective. They didn't have the factories. They didn't have the manpower. They didn't have the ability to put supply chains together like we did here. So our military soldiers were better equipped.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but they're also technically outnumbered because we had the Allied forces. I'm pretty sure we outnumbered Germany like by a huge margin.
One superior weapon can nullify a superior force. I mean, it's just that we've proven that with nuclear weapons.
Yeah, but Germany didn't have a nuke, so
they were close. Do you know how close they were?
I have no idea. I never looked at that.
They were very close. Okay, they had enriched uranium. They were working on a bomb. They were closer than us for a lot of the war. Okay, wow. The reason that we caught up was because we got Einstein. And I'm sorry, what country was Einstein from again?
Yeah, Germany. Or no, Switzerland. Wasn't it Switzerland?
Oppenheimer. No, he was German. I believe Oppenheimer was Swiss.
It's because we had the Manhattan Project, and the Germans did not have nearly the resources to.
No, they didn't. They didn't have the ability to refine uranium like we did.
Anywhere near on the scale as the Manhattan Project. That it was just them or Japan, both of them wanted to develop nuclear weapons. They just simply didn't have the resources to produce something like that. I mean, if you look at the Manhattan Project, how massive it was, and how large, and how just they didn't have the ability. They just didn't have the capability. They didn't have the knowledge, technology. They just didn't have the industrial capacity. They didn't have the capability. That's basically what it was.
But they were close.
Yeah, like I said, they were close when it came to the knowledge, and but they just didn't have the capacity to put it into actual reality production.
Right. And then Godzilla awoke.
Yeah,
no, and then we dropped the bomb on Japan.
Yeah, that's how they created Godzilla.
Gojira.
That they did a movie about I think it was a year or two ago called Godzilla -1. That was awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Really, like it. They on like a less than $1 million budget, they made the movie look like one of your like American blockbusters. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
or something. Because I used to, when I was younger, I was a huge Godzilla fan.
Yeah. Oh, I love Godzilla. Always have.
Oh yeah, me too. Since I was a little kid.
Yeah, yeah. The old school movies, those were so fun.
Yeah, and it's funny how the different iterations that Godzilla went through over the many years. He started out as a truly frightening, scary, mean monster, and then they turned him into some sort of kid superhero. And
yeah,
he's been through so many different, mutations into, more of one type of thing monster to another.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Godzilla is their most one of their most successful intellectual properties over there. Like they anything Godzilla sells. It's funny.
Oh yeah.
That's why America's been making those Godzilla movies the last few years, which are really good, by the way. I like those too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Godzilla versus King Kong was good. I really liked it.
Oh, Godzilla King of the Monsters when he fights King Ghidorah. I love that movie. I thought that was so well done.
Yes, I like that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We don't seem to have as many haters in the comments.
Good. They
That's actually pretty nice.
They tire me out.
Well, would you say, Dustin, it's like when you're over the target, you get more flack.
That's what it is, man. Look, if we're not being attacked, we're not doing something right. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like in a hurt dog, like they'll let you know. Right. A hurt dog's not going to stay quiet about it. So I'm just letting you know, man.
That's what we got. We got to keep on with that hellfire preaching. Tell them the truth.
You notice how mad they got after I pointed out that they were all linked to the Baphomet?
Mhm.
Did you notice that? Did you see how mad they got?
You know, the Bible is pretty clear that if you're not with Christ, you're against him. Like, there's no middle ground. The Bible never says that a lost person has some sort of middle ground where, oh, well, they're not actually serving Satan. No, if they're lost, they're serving Satan in some capacity. They're serving the flesh and turn, you know, is a servant of sin, Satan. Yeah.
Well, useful idiots, right? I mean, most of the time they'll do something if they think they're going to get something out of it. And that's the other end of the equation is a demon can't provide you anything you won't provide for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been reading Peter Ruckman's book on science and philosophy, the Christian Handbook of Science and Philosophy. And Ruckman really does a great job at breaking down how every single branch of philosophy you see out there ultimately reduces to basically just nihilism, or like three main branches of philosophy, one of them mainly being nihilism. It's like you can't prove intrinsic value without God. You can't prove the uniformity of nature without God. There are so many laws that atheists themselves believe in without seeing them, without touching them, without testing them, that cannot be around without God.
Hypothetically speaking, you cannot pour me a glass of gravity, but you will swear by its attributes and its qualities and its features.
Yep, exactly. Or the laws of logic. That's a big one. You know, like, I mean,
non-exclusionary middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the other two.
You know, you can't account for that stuff without God. Like, how do we intrinsically understand logic as we get older? Because God put it there. Like,
well,
without that.
See,
go ahead.
What you're talking about, though, Tim, and this is the issue, okay, is you're talking about the difference between clear and deep thought. The scientist sacrifices clear thought for the ability to describe things in a mathematical fashion. It's what's known as quantizing. When you can quantize a feature and you can describe it mathematically, they believe that the need for an explanation is a null set.
Right. But you ask the average layman and stuff, and they'll try to explain it and they can't. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, you ask them, well, okay, wait, you can describe all these things, right? But you can't explain anything, right? And you'll tell me that the reason for that is that there is no purpose. Well, I will counter that with a breast having a nipple for the purpose of feeding.
Right.
I mean, look, you know, if you think about it, there's what is a cat's claws for? Why didn't they evolve pinchers? Right? What would be the difference? It's retractable. Technically, it pinches as it closes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, right? But then, you know, but you never get a straight answer out of them. Right? Or you ask them something simple like, why is it that we can put transplants from pigs to humans, but we can't do it from apes, orangutans, or monkeys to humans?
Right.
Something simple like that. And they're like, because of the ethics. No, that's not true. Russia tried it. Russia tried it a long time ago. Well, Russia had poor surgical techniques. No, they didn't. They sewed two dog heads together and lived for a week. What do you mean they had poor surgical techniques? What are you talking about? That is a live, living experiment with evidence, documentation, witnesses. It really happened. They sewed two dog heads together. The other dog lived for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Try again, Dr. Know-it-all. Like, yeah.
I'd also love to know where somebody draws the line on that one. Like, if you're going to say they have poor surgical technique, like how many surgical techniques are available in the world, and does Russia not have enough money and funding to train doctors to have this almost the same exact surgical techniques as the U.S.? I mean, are you kidding me?
The only thing that's changed in the art of surgery is the size of incision and the amount of depth that you can go in with a smaller tool. Okay,
Not
that's
like
it. Like, yeah, that's it. Like, without the assistance of electronic viewing and the ability, like, nothing's changed. All those surgical techniques, they're the same as they were back then. They're all done with sharp knives and a very steady hand.
Don't forget, nowadays we got lasers.
What's that?
I was saying, don't forget, nowadays we got lasers.
Lasers, yeah. But even still, that's just another method for cutting,
Yeah, totally.
right? You know, it doesn't solve like a medical issue. I mean, we're even still dealing with cutting when really, I mean, we've had proven patents and technology that being exposed to vibrations and sound waves at the proper frequencies can eliminate cells that are bad for your health. I mean, quite literally, just being exposed to specific frequencies and sound waves could be the difference between 30 years of life and another like 20 on top of it.
Yeah.
Tesla swore by it.
Yeah.
Did you know Tesla and Friedrich Nietzsche and Adolf Hitler were all friends?
I didn't know that. That's kind of crazy.
So was what was it? The psychiatrist. That guy, I forget, the first psychiatrist or whatever.
I have no idea.
I can't remember his name right now for some reason. But anyway. Yeah, and did you know that Donald Trump's uncle got Nikola Tesla's private trunks that were considered top secret? Did you know that? Did you know that Donald Trump's uncle was a part of the CIA?
I mean, I don't doubt it. That sounds right.
I bet nobody knew that. Go ahead and fact check me on that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of to be expected, right? Because the CIA is kind of like, you know, a lot of people would say the CIA are the ones who are setting up presidents and stuff like that, and setting up like 10, 20-year plans and everything.
Do you know why they stopped building pyramids?
Why?
Because the family with the secret decided to keep it secret. Think about it. Tradesmen, they keep their stuff secret, right? If you think about it, you go back in time, you look at some of these buildings through antiquity that have been here for 200 years. Look at the building specs. Look at them. Go ahead and tell me they didn't know what they were doing.
Right.
No, look, the reason that this happens is because economies are built and then they fall. And what do you do when an economy falls? Do you offer your service for free, or do you pick up and you move where the money is?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point.
I mean, that's just how it works. I mean, you can't tell me that a massive amount of the pyramids have been deconstructed without the ability of knowing how to do it, right? I mean, and who would be able to do that? The people that built it, right? I mean, if you think about it, I mean, okay, so if you're at the end of a dynasty and you think that there's still a bill ledger owed, right? But the people that quote unquote own the property have to move away because they don't have money to pay their bills. How are you going to reclaim the money that you put into the building? You take materials off the building and you sell them as salvage.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see most of the rocks that were on the Egyptian pyramids were used to build temples later on in life.
Hey, Justin, I don't know if you're aware of this, like wind feedback.
Is that mine?
It sounds like
Is
they're.
everything-
Is that better? Can you guys hear me? I don't think that's me.
I think that's Tim.
I don't think that's me.
Dustin, say something.
Yeah, it's Tim.
No, it's not me.
Yeah, you're right. That was Tim.
It was Tim.
Oh, my bad. I muted Tim. You can unmute at any time.
If you want to speak.
It's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't have anything going. I don't have like a fan or anything. It's kind of weird.
Did you say that you were on a different device tonight?
I hear it anytime you're not speaking.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like someone's talking in the background, but I can't make out what they're saying.
That's why
That
I thought. Yeah, Tim, if you can just speak whenever you're not talking.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit of feedback because I thought it was Dustin because it would happen more every time Dustin was speaking.
Well, Tim, are you not in your office? Are you on a different device?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
It might have something to do with it. It's probably the reason for it. But anyway, did we cover everything? Yeah, it was my mom's birthday. We went and celebrated my mom's birthday. This past week, an old friend of mine, his mom passed, and on Friday we had her funeral. And kind of hits close to home because she was actually several years younger than my mom is when she passed. And so, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that she's still around. I'm thankful for every year that we have her. Now, you can ask Jeremiah. She sometimes gets on my nerves, but that's okay. That's anybody, right? We just, we have to be gracious and we have to be forgiving and we have to be patient. We just have to let our love for them override anything else, everything else.
Our cup is to overflow with faith and grace for everyone.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think there were more people in her little basement apartment today than there have ever been, as far as I can remember. And that was really cool. Some people showed up that we didn't think were going to be there. And we were just so happy. There's my niece and her boyfriend came all the way from Buford. Well, they came like an hour and a half away. And we were very pleased that they drove all that way to see my mom. I was very, very thankful for that. Anyway, anybody else? Jeremiah, you've been kind of quiet.
I've just been doing a lot of technical stuff. I haven't been on the computer or on the YouTube end in a little bit, so I'm looking at all the comments. I'm looking at the analytics. I'm looking at everything. Just everything. Now I'm checking back at the channel, and there's been a couple of comments since then. It's been a little bit. Plus, I think I'm kind of getting sick. I don't know.
Ooh, I hope not.
My throat's getting really raspy.
Oh boy! And I know that there have been times when you get sick, you get really sick.
Yeah, I work hard. Then once I get sick, I just kind of shut down everything. So
Yeah.
if I disappear for a week, I died.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Then I come back.
don't say that. But Jeremiah, did you see where last night I did a little reading out of the Bible, out of Psalms?
I did not see last night. I'm probably going to get to that this Monday when I get back to work.
Well, your wife called me and said, can you do something? I'm like, okay, well, there wasn't a plan B. I wasn't given a plan B if Jeremiah couldn't make it. Well, just read from Psalms or something. I said,
just read from Psalms.
I said, why not? I can do that. So I came.
My wife loves it when people read from Psalms.
Okay. Well, I know her favorite verse is from Psalms.
Her favorite book is from Psalms.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll read from Psalms.
John? Okay, she says John.
Her favorite verse is in John.
I know this. When we were dating, okay, and I'd be talking over the phone to her, she would ask if I could read Psalms to her as she fell asleep. I know that much. And she would fall asleep over the phone, and I'd read a couple chapters of Psalms, and then I'd hang up, and she'd call me back and be like, the hang up sound woke me up. Now you got to read more.
Yeah. I read out of Psalms for about 30 minutes last night, and I said, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, so speaking of which, and I might be adding some more heat to myself. Somebody in the chat, I'm gonna mispronounce this, Marcus Del Metel or whatever it is, most recent guy who commented on our channel.
Marquis de Metal.
He commented on one of my previous videos, being like, "Wait, so your kids share the same bedroom as you, but you're buying motorcycles and boats, and you have roaches in your house?" And I'm like, "Okay, look, yes, I bought myself a motorcycle because it's cheap on fuel, and it's a cheap way to have a secondary vehicle to get me to and from work." But here's the thing: I'm also building an addition. Okay, I'm building onto. I have the ability. I have masculine hands. I have the whole 9 to build an addition, and I have the money for it. So I already broke ground. It's already going up, and I'm currently trying to figure out how on earth to get the roaches out of my house. I've spent quite a bit of money on it. I'm still spending more money on it. I got foggers and everything else, and we're gonna have to spend a night or two out of the house as we poison the entire thing. So I'm not neglecting anything. Thanks for being worried and concerned, but I'm taking care of it as best I can. Roaches are really hard to get rid of.
Yeah,
You gotta treat your soil, Jeremiah. You gotta treat your soil if you want to get rid of them. You can't just fog the house. You gotta treat the soil.
We got.
Or do you do that?
they have to hire a pest control company to, professional get in there and say, hey, these roaches, that might cost a little bit, but
you just buy some pellets and you sprinkle it along the lawn, right? Like roach killer. You just got to be careful for all pets. Got to keep it off there but other people's pets, right? You put a sign out.
There's somebody else's animal on my property that deserves to die.
Okay, I mean, if that's your, I'm just saying, if you want to get rid of them, that's where they're going. When you spray and you fog, like they go away for a little bit. They don't just disappear. They go down into the dirt and they hibernate until the spray goes away.
Yeah.
Like that's how they do it, bro. So like if you want to get rid of them, you can't just spray the house. You got to treat the soil too.
Okay, Louis, did you hear that?
We got wolf spiders that kill the roaches for us over here.
Oh, that's what I need. Wolf spider.
Yeah, that's a perfect solution.
Yeah, I never see a roach here. The only bug I see is wolf spiders, and they're actually pretty chill in my house. Like they're not like the thing I hate about roaches is they're so fast, but like wolf spiders, no, they're easy to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm telling my wife, she's going to try to figure all this out.
Yeah, you got to get treatment. Like you can buy treatment online. I mean, there's home remedies, but they don't work as good. So you'd be better off just finding one that's specific for soil.
Oh, fun
and then
fact,
just using it.
So I have a neighbor who has a dog, and it's like this little Chihuahua thing, and it's fearless, and it would bite you if it could. It approached my property once and charged at me, and I just swung back and kicked it off my property, and the dog didn't mess with me anymore. Anyway, and I looked at the owner because the owner saw it, and they're like, "Stupid dog," and I was like, "I know, yeah, right." Anyway, I mean, I was self-defense, so I'm good. I waited for it to approach me. I didn't try to threaten or anything. It just came up, bam, real quick. I had my kid out of the car, my little 2-year-old, and I had him. I was walking him to the house, and I had. I think I had Micah in one arm and Nehemiah in the other. And the Chihuahua comes running up. And I know this dog is going to try to do something. And so I set Micah down and I get ready to punt this dog. And he runs away. And then I quickly put my kids in the house. And I come back and I knock on my neighbor's door. And I'm like, if that dog approaches my kids aggressively, I will kill that thing. Just to let you know. And I've not seen that dog out on the yard again. And I'm like, we're neighbors. We have to be decent. You have a half acre. If you need a fence, build a fence. Like, get it figured out. I'm going to protect my kids over your Chihuahua any day. So.
It's Chihuahua. I think roaches don't like mint either.
Hey, Aiden. Good to see you, Aiden.
That's it. We just have to moisturize the house and mint. People come over and go, "Hey, oh, what is
Where's
this?
that walnut?
Where's my nose?"
Oh, where's that walnut shells? I forget what it is. I forget. It was one of the. There's a bunch of natural remedies for cockroaches too.
Anybody know this guy in the chat? 9691?
No, doesn't sound right.
Aiden Linden?
Yeah. He's one of
Oh,
our.
Aiden Linden. Yeah, I know Aiden.
If somebody
rather
can
not
send
talk.
him the link without putting it in group chat, then he's invited.
I can do that.
Aiden's actually a lost atheist, but
Yeah, you don't remember him from back in the old days?
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's a Christian, but I mean, I guess if he's calm and can be peaceable, then I don't mind. But if he wants to argue, I mean, I'm not gonna put up with arguing tonight. That's not what tonight's show is about.
I mean, I'll have to behave more than he will. If all and being all in all honesty, I'm probably the one you'd have to worry about more than him. But yeah, give me a minute.
Because tonight's show is about being peaceable, hanging out with each other. We can disagree, but I want to hang out and just chill and all of that. I don't want to be fighting every night. If all we do every single show is fight and try to beat up the other side, it's going to be like a miserable legacy to leave behind.
Yeah.
I just sent him the link. No, Aiden's. All things considered, Aiden's probably one of the more well-behaved. Depending, like, if it was Steven's show, he's liable to pop off. But this isn't Steven's show, so we'll see.
Yeah. Just breathing. Oh, my motorcycle. I got to let you guys know what the update with that is. So it wasn't running. So the gas tank was bone dry. I filled it up with more gas. It holds about 3 gallons. And then I had to jump the bike because the battery died. So I got my Nissan over. I jumped the bike, and I had to open up the throttle some to get it to run. And I got it running, and I was with one of my friends, and I see a wet spot on the ground. And I'm like, I just moved my bike over there. Shouldn't be a wet spot. And I say, hey, look at that wet spot. See where it's coming from. And he looks under my bike, and he's like, you are pouring gas out of your engine. And I'm like, oh, crap. And so I'm like, find the location of it, because if I let off the throttle, the engine's going to die, which is a really weird thing. I really didn't do this. And so I'm like, find the location. And he looks over, and on the other side where the air filter is, gasoline's just coming out of the air filter. And so we shut off the bike, we pull off the air filter, and it turns out it's pouring out of the carburetor.
Yeah, it's a carb. I was going to say.
It's back flooding through the carburetor into the air intake where that air filter is. And then that's the first spot where it actually can get out of the engine. So we had
You're probably missing a bushing somewhere on the set screw.
Yeah, I mean, it's from 1999. So, like, it's an old bike. The tires are from 2009. So I doubt a lot of the rubber's been replaced. I got to replace those tires before I really want to drive it. But, like, I just don't have a lot of time to work on it because I'm working all the time. But yeah, I finally got to it, and I pulled everything off to see where the last remnants was. And I'm like, yeah, that's coming from the carburetor. So I'm going to send all this information to my brother who works on cars. And I'm going to be like, what do you think? What do I do? Do I have to, like, dismantle the entire carburetor? Or, like, what am I doing?
Looks like Nate doesn't want to mess with the show.
It's okay. It's okay. This Saturday, I'm not sure if I'm going to post a video or if I'm going to do a live stream. If I do a live stream, I'm definitely going to have people on, and they can hang out. If I post a video, if you look at the very beginning of this live stream, you can see why I might want to do that. If I do post a video, then it's just going to be a statement video. it's not gonna. Obviously, we can't talk at the end of the video. But yeah.
I won't be here next Sunday because Andrew and I are going to a theater in Atlanta over by the Brave Stadium because we're going to see Bryce Crawford. So it'll be my second time seeing him. It'll be Andrew's first time. And I'm going to be wearing my Waffle House hat. You know, I will. I'll be wearing it. So I won't be able to be here.
Huh.
But I'm looking forward to that. That'd be fun.
So I don't know, man. What do you think about all this, though, Ryan? What do you think? Do you think that Trump's making the right moves, or do you think he's going to get slaughtered in the midterms and get impeached?
No. I think. I mean, you know, he did say that if the regime starts killing their own people, that was going to be the law. You know, he would come in and protect them, and he would come in. That would be the line in the sand. That was the line in the sand that he drew, and they did kill many thousands of their own people, and so he made good on his promise. I mean, he had to. You know, they called his bluff. They said, we're going to kill our own people anyway, and he said, okay, well then we're coming in. And,
you know, I'm surprised the Democrats haven't freaked out about this yet. At least not as far as my social media is showing.
You haven't seen the. I mean, they've been freaking out about it, bro.
Monday, I might see more of it because I do a lot of social media watching on Monday. So maybe I've just not stumbled on it yet. But
it's there,
yeah.
bro. There's lots of hoo-ha on Fox. There's lots of hoo-ha on CNN. But the thing is that there's a surprising amount of it that's actually kind of positive, right? Like it is a good thing that they did. They're just mad that it was Trump that did it. That's really what it boils down to. They're like, yeah, this needed to happen, but we didn't want him to do it.
Obama said he was going to do it. Biden said he was going to do it. But did Obama say he was going to do it? I feel like Obama, said like, oh, we're with you. You know, our hearts are with you, and then didn't do anything. And then Trump actually goes and does it, and they have to be against it because it's Trump.
That's what it is, bro. Like, no, but they're really mad because he didn't go to Congress and be like, well, hey, guys, I'm about to go and decapitate this dude. Right, like, because they were gonna tell him. Like, can you imagine Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar keeping their mouths shut about it? You really think for 1 second?
Yeah, you don't think we have moles in our politics?
Moles? No, I just think that they just don't know how to do anything. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, look. If you have people that are compromised to the point of where they're doing insider trading, you don't think that they have other qualms about, I don't know, having their home country being struck by the foreign country that is America?
I honestly have the opinion, and this is just my personal opinion. I honestly have the opinion that we have an enemy inside our country who wants to see us fall, and that they get political power to try and help us fall. That's my personal opinion. I can't see how not all of ours, but I can't see how some of our politicians vote for what they vote for and push for what they push for and not have that motive.
Hey, everybody.
Let's welcome Aiden into the room.
How's everybody today?
Good. How you doing, bud?
I'm all right. It's a pretty nice, peaceable Sunday evening. Just did a live stream of my own over on my own channel. I saw you guys were live, and I figured I might stop in. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, guys.
It's been a while. It's been forever. I kind of get nostalgic for the old days when I see you come out, when I talk to you.
Yeah, for sure. Simpler days, for sure.
Yeah.
Liz, I heard you guys were talking a little bit of stuff about Trump and stuff, and I mean, like, that's one thing, but I was just more wondering about your guys' general stance about what's been going on with Iran recently. Like, do you think America's recent actions against Iran are good? Do you think that it's going to lead to any wider conflict in the region? What are your guys' takes on what's going on right now in the Middle East?
I think that ultimately it's going to create a power vacuum. You're going to have certain people try to step into the fold. With any luck, you're going to have enough of a populist movement where they're going to put an end to it, establish their own kind of government, one that's elected for and by the people, and essentially start their own form of democracy, whatever that might be.
And you think that's going to happen based on what? You know what? Actually, I'll get your answer. Thank you for your answer, Dustin. I'll get Ryan and Jeremiah if they want to answer. It's up to them whether or not they'd like to answer. Of course, it's their show.
I mean,
I got to be completely honest. I've not actually seen much of the news on this. I heard it from Ryan. I heard it from my pastor who briefly touched on it. And I've heard it from like a few other sources, but I've not actually gotten the chance to sit down and look at all the facts. So all I can say is they were already a pretty gruesome place. Iran was killing their own people. The Middle East was always in war. Trump has been known for trying to cause peace in places. If he's broken in there, which I know he's been adding military up to this point, if he's broken in there is doing something, I mean, he's the best person to be involved. I can't say I know what he's planning or what he did, but I know that he's one of the better people to be involved in a situation like this.
Ryan, would you have a take on this?
Yeah, I think that it was time for the Ayatollah to be removed. He just, it's an evil regime. They oppress their people. They threaten their neighbors. I just think that I would like to see democracy in Iran like they used to be prior to 1979. For the most part, I'm not saying they're completely, but I think that they were better off prior to 1979. Before the revelation, I'd like to see them go back to some form of, democratic society. I'd like to see that.
Well, the Iranian state that existed prior to the revolution was the government of the Shah, and there was America went and overthrew what was their originally democratically elected government and installed the Shah of Iran into the country because it suited American interests at the time to have the Shah in power in Iran. And that directly led to the Shah oppressing his people and wrongfully treating his people, which led to the rise of Islamism within Iran, or at least the widespread nature of Islamism within Iran, and this widespread anti-American sentiment that you see there. The whole death to America, we hate America.
I don't think Trump's coming in there with the replacement. I don't think so far I've heard, and believe me, I've been on top of this all day.
You're a replacement.
Trump hasn't come in there and said, well, we're going to install XYZ puppet until such a time. I mean, what do you mean he wouldn't say that? I mean, I tell you what, Aiden, when you come up with evidence that he's installed a puppet, then I'll accept your assertions. But until then, all you're doing is coming in here with the conjecture and a whataboutism about
I never
a previous
said
time.
About regime change. I never said anything about the fact that he was going to put in a new regime, which, by the way, is certainly a possibility.
You are a regime.
Thank you very much. But if you look at any of the other prior examples in the Middle East, though, right, Dustin, like if you look at one of the more recent examples, the Gulf War, right, or the war in Iraq in 2003, that would eventually lead to the toppling of the Hussein regime. They didn't directly come out and say, yeah, we're here to install X, Y, and Z person in exchange. right? That wasn't something that they were directly coming out and saying to people. That didn't mean that that wasn't what they were ultimately planning. Now, whether or not that is the end of the goal of their agenda, I agree with you. It's impossible to say. To act like that's definitively what they're doing would be naive. I agree with you there. However, I think what is very apparent is that this action that's going on here in this region is massively escalating tensions. And while I agree Khomeini was not a good person, like I agree with Ryan, he was a bad person. He did horrible things to his people. I think that removing him in the way that they did, I don't want to say the other word because I don't want to get your stream taken, like demonetized or whatever. Removing him in the way that they did is not going to incite pro-American sentiments within the population.
Maybe that's not the goal.
I mean, you don't want to build allies within that region?
Build allies with a bunch of people who have to scrape their weapons from dirt? No, I don't think we need them.
That was the stated goal in Iraq, was to build an ally in the Middle East. I think the idea that America was there for oil is kind of dumb. I don't think that's true at all. I think they were there to build an ally in the Middle East.
Aiden, I'm sorry. Was that celebration I saw in the streets that Soleimani was dead, or were those people mourning him? What was it? Which one was it?
There were people that celebrated for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
There were people that celebrated. I'm not acting like that's not the case at all. I'm not acting like that's not the case at all. However, when you look at that...
You just said that was the case. You just said that was the case. You just did. You just said that was the case, though.
No,
but you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. You just said, I don't think removing them in that way is going to bring about positive American sentiment. This is exactly what you just said.
I didn't finish what I was saying, because there's that, and then you have the fact, you have Khomeini being taken out, being removed the way that he did, which was part of the wider operation, right? Operation, I think it's like Epic Fury or something like that. I think it's Roaring Lion for Israel. But yeah, like I think it's Epic Fury for America. Part of that has included the bombing of major areas like civilian centers in the southern parts of Iran that involved the killing of, I covered it on my show, it was 148 Iranian school children were killed in this bombing that took place recently. And
I don't know. Is that a verified report, or is I mean, can we know for a fact that the bombing took place as a result of American forces, or was it maybe a botched response from?
I believe it was Israel. But I mean, that's definitely still something where Israel is America's ally, and they were working jointly as part of that military operation.
Oh, for the love of God. I don't know.
How is that not relevant?
It's not relevant, Aiden.
How?
Because accidents happen. Accidents happen in war.
I'm not
Casualties
saying
are inevitable. Are inevitable consequence of war, Aiden.
Even if it's an accident, though, the point that I was trying to get at was: is that going to engender support in the Iranian people?
For the love of God, Aiden, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe that's not the point.
Maybe not. Not maybe not. It's not going to engender support in the Iranian people, Dustin. It's not.
You mean to tell me that a bunch of godless people that abort their babies en masse? There you go. There you go. There you go, Aiden. Look, Aiden. If you're gonna start with it, this isn't your show. This isn't your show, Aiden. That's not how this one's gonna play out right here, Aiden. This isn't your show. Yeah. Then I'm not gonna put up with your disrespect.
Oh, come on.
That's just not. No. This isn't your show, Aiden. Like, I have to put up with your disrespect on your show. This isn't your show, and I will not put up with your disrespect. No, you were, Aiden. I get to call out the disrespect on this show, Aiden. Thank you.
I mean, you're cool, dude. You're cool.
Okay, thank you. Now, please stop chuckling. Please stop chuckling erroneously, rudely, and fakely. Okay, I would appreciate some respect. Thank you. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I was in the middle of saying something when you erroneously, fakely, and rudely interrupted me with a chuckle that was just completely unwarranted. Now, can I finish what I was saying, please? Thank you. And then you do it again. Just kick him. He's not here for a serious conversation. Kick him out of here. Kick him. No, kick him. Kick him. Kick him out, please. Get him out of here. Thank you.
I kicked him out of respect for us main four. I was checking some other things, letting you guys chill. So
how's that feel, Aiden? Anyway.
Calm down, Dustin. Calm down.
No. It's funny. It's funny, like, you know, when the shoe's on the other foot, right? You know, but he expects me to be okay with it. Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Peanut butter and banana sandwich.
With rice.
Know what you're having, Jim?
With rice, yeah.
With the rice.
Banana. Wasn't that Elvis's one of his favorite things? Peanut butter and banana.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to make me one sometime. I still like PB&J.
Elvis knew what was good.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, I could make a regular peanut butter and jelly, but the only jelly I like is this really good, like, blueberry jelly, and I get the expensive stuff, so I can't always get it. So the alternative is bananas.
It's funny you mentioned that. I've got some blueberry preserves in my fridge right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's funny. So let me see if it's the same kind. Hold on.
Oh man!
If it is, I'm definitely good. Yeah, Brian knows the right stuff to get.
That'd be funny if it was the same kind. I mean, there's quite a few different brands, but this is the kind that I have.
Yep. Wait.
St. Dalforp.
Hold it. It's kind of off to the side in the camera. Kind of like yeah. There we go. No, but that looks good.
Yeah, it
definitely looks good.
I've had some problem. It's hard to know what to put it on. I maybe put it on some cheese and crackers because I don't really like bread on it. If I buy a loaf of bread, half of it stale. I can only eat half of it before the rest goes stale. So, maybe I can buy.
Gotcha.
Maybe I can buy some cream cheese and put it on crackers with the jelly. That would probably work.
That's a good idea. That sounds pretty good.
I wish that they sold bread in like half loaves for people. You know, it's like, okay, can you eat a half loaf before it goes bad?
Right. Yeah, I totally get it.
They do sell. Did I miss something? They do sell bread in half loaves.
Really? I haven't seen it.
You've never seen a half loaf of bread?
I've seen smaller loaves of bread.
So I'm the bread guy from like a year or two ago. I used to.
I remember that.
I never stocked the half loaf of bread. I thought it was hilarious. But Nature's Own stocked half loaves of bread, and it literally says 1/2 loaf, and it's like a shorter thing. Like it's a half a loaf of bread.
Well, you know, next time I'm in the grocery store, I'll be looking for some half loaves.
They have the pints of milk, the 6 eggs in the carton, and the half loaf of bread.
I guess that's true. I guess that would be cost economical. Huh.
I drink milk by the gallon, so I'm never buying it by the pint.
Wait until you don't have access to a fridge.
And you buy milk.
You know, it's it's funny. I follow this like dude on YouTube who's like actually like he's actually got like really good videos on training and stuff, and he's basically a bodybuilder kind of, and he like literally gave out his entire eating schedule for his bulk. He's trying to bulk up and everything, and this dude eats, you know, chicken, potatoes, vegetables, and then to get the rest of his calories in, he just drinks milk. And I was like, that's pretty genius. That's perfectly like sustainable way to go. Like a glass or 2 of milk or 3 glasses a day plus all the food you're eating. Yeah, that's really good for bulking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I drink about half a gallon a day.
Nice.
But I don't.
You wanna-
I don't do that month round. I do it until I run out of my milk budget, and then I starve myself for the rest of the month.
Ah. I would try to start getting yourself some milk from the farm. Get the real good stuff.
You know, I tried that, and I realized what I get at the store is not real milk compared to like what you get from the farm. But I like.
I've been buying almond milk the last couple of years now. I pretty much just buy almond milk.
Almond milk's pretty good.
Yeah, because part of me thinks I might be becoming lactose intolerant in my older years. So I'm just trying to be careful with stuff like that.
I don't think they.
I have no idea.
I don't think they should call it milk at that point. That's seed juice.
It looks like milk.
It's not a milk.
It kind of tastes like milk.
So
if you eat it with cereal, it doesn't taste any different. If you drink it by itself, yeah, you can taste the difference. But if
almond's a nut, right? Just call it nut juice.
Oh man.
White nut juice.
Oh man.
You're not helping yourself.
Yeah, careful on that one. I apologize to all the brethren in the audience.
Stop digging.
Honestly, I didn't realize I was going there until about halfway through, and I was like, "Oh crap!" But I'm gonna finish the bit.
We went in a weird direction here. Oh goodness.
Anyway.
Moving on from that, I still don't think we should call it milk. Good grief, that's a lot.
Well, okay, almond, whatever it is. I'm just gonna say.
Well, I will say the process of making it, because I've actually made homemade almond milk. Like you literally do milk the seeds using a special type of like a towel. You can actually buy
seeds. You find the little udders and.
but I know. But with the almonds, you're milking. Basically, the milk is coming out of the like. I forget the process. You have to like grind them up. I did it once before. It's been a long time, but I had to grind them up in my Vitamix, and I forgot. I think you had to soak them for like an hour in water or something like that, and then you would put them through this milking bag. That's what it was called. It was like a milking bag, and you squeeze out all the milk, and then it goes into the container, and then you throw away what's left, and that's your almond milk.
You're leaching out the I forget what you're looking for, like the what's the word I'm looking for? The stuff that's in potatoes, the starch. You're leaching out the starch, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. So in a way, you're milking it.
That's juice, though. That you're making juice.
Maybe
fair enough.
You're taking something, you're grinding it up. That's called juice.
It's not called juice. You don't squeeze juice through a cloth. Okay, you filter you filter juice through a cloth, but
juice out of milk.
No, you literally have to you actually have to put pressure on the cloth though to get it through. Like
as a diehard milk drinker who won't even have a stream without a gallon of milk sitting next to me, that ain't milk.
Is that whole milk? 100% or whole milk?
No, sadly, I'm drinking the 0% today. I normally go with
skim milk.
I hate it. But
how could the only thing I can drink is whole milk. I can't drink that other crap. That's
I know. This stuff tastes like water, but I mean, it's better than almond milk.
2% is fine, but when you get below 2%, it gets pretty.
My wife is convinced that if I'm going to consume this much, I better drop down to 0%. I guess.
If you'd rather drink skim milk than almond milk, I mean, come on, almond milk is better than skim. Anything's better than skim milk. Anything.
But I'd still. I didn't choose this. I normally like 2% of whole milk. This is just what we get at this point.
Well, I would say like if it's like a fat issue, like you're concerned about the amount of fats in the milk.
I'm too skinny to worry about fat issues.
Well, I mean the actual fat in the milk, not yeah, I get what you're saying. But like a lot of people, they drink skim milk because they think fat is bad for them, but animal fats is like necessary for the body. Like you're supposed to have animal fat.
It's the carbs. It's the complex.
The milk, and then that's what we get for the day. And so I drink a little bit of everything.
The complex carbs are what produce fat cells. Okay, right? Because your body can't digest them and use them directly as energy. They have to be broken down first through glycol, or excuse me, well, anyway, it's like starch. Starch gets stored. It's the same thing with the fatty milks or the compound. Damn it! I lost all the words. Never mind.
Well, I was just gonna say because I'm talking about just like health issues in general. Because a lot of people, if you look at like the marketing that's been done over the years, they've marketed fat as like the cause of heart disease and all this nonsense and everything. But if you look deeper, you realize that they were marketing it that way because they were trying to sell their products. And the truth is that actually from what I've seen in the research is the sugar, like a high amount of sugar. And you think about every single person that stops by and gets fast food, they always get a soda. They always get sugar water, which is just it's both caffeine and sugar at the same time. A huge amount of sugar, refined sugar on top of that, going directly into your bloodstream along with caffeine. So like
and the carbonated water.
Yeah, like the heart disease and all that stuff, it's coming from sugar. It's not coming from, oh, you ate too much fat. Oh, you're drinking whole milk. Like that just doesn't make any sense. Like, people are afraid to cook with butter because they've been brainwashed into thinking that butter will give them heart disease. And it's like, no, it's the ridiculous amount of processed sugar that you're drinking in your soda every day. On top of that, the garbage food that they feed you out of the fast food places. Don't you get me started about that. The type of oils they use, all the weird seed oils and all this stuff. Like, it's terrible. And yet people are.
Just a couple years ago, they were like, get the whole milk out of the schools and everything, and they like were all about all of that.
Right.
Pizza in the schools, and they put all these other foods in the schools, and like whole milk was the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
Whole milk, really? Like
it is.
And then, Trump actually just recently passed a bill saying that whole milk is now going to be put back in the schools. So.
That's very good. Yeah, kids, get the chocolate milk out of there. I think the chocolate milk should be gone. But yeah, regular whole milk.
They got rid of like the regular whole milk, but they left chocolate milk in there.
You see that? I'm telling you, man, it's ridiculous. It really is. It's definitely the sugars, and on top of that, these kids they're worried about kids drinking milk whenever a lot of those schools are serving them like chicken fingers that have been reheated, that they ship to them frozen. Then they reheat them, so those things were cooked in some Lord knows what kind of oil all the way back in, I don't know, wherever they got shipped from, Washington or wherever, and these kids are consuming it, and then they're like, oh, it's the milk. Yeah, okay, like that does not compute.
I remember at my school we had something that we didn't know what it was, but it tasted good, so we ate it.
It tasted good. So
back when I was a kid, we had a food that we weren't sure what it was. Some of us speculated that it was some form of potato, but we weren't certain.
Some form of potato.
Did you ask the lunchroom ladies?
We asked them. I don't remember if they ever answered because we always would just laugh about it, like how we couldn't identify what it was. You gotta remember, we were kids. We weren't too worried about our nutrition. We were eating it anyways.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you did like ask her, and then she looks down at it and goes, "Oh, I don't know."
They were serving us because they just pull it out of the frozen bags and then heat it up. Like, it wasn't like they knew what they were serving either. Like, I do remember one of them at least was like, "Your guess is as good as mine," but they weren't like. And so like. I'm sure there was a name on a sheet somewhere, but like
that's hilarious.
I swear, there was food on, it was like like whitish brown. It looked kind of like the color of a potato slop that would be put on your plate. It wasn't mashed potatoes. It was like a slop.
You got me thinking of that movie, National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. And there's a part in it where he goes to this like really like low budget buffet in Vegas. Like it's some like $2 buffet. It's like really cheap. And he's like looking at this orange slop on one side and this other slop that's like blue. And he's like, oh yeah, I have some of the chicken. And the chef walks over. He's like, oh, that's not chicken. That's chicken. He swaps out the two signs, the two different slops. And he's like, you want some? And the guy just like walks away. He's like, it was so funny. It looked disgusting. That was a pretty funny movie.
Oh yeah, National Lampoon. You know, Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
He was such a genius. You know, and of course, the most famous one is the Christmas Vacation. You know, you never get tired.
Yeah.
Never get tired.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation. she wrapped up her cat and brought it as a present. That was funny. Oh my goodness.
He died years ago.
We got a comment says, do you guys believe in the Antichrist?
Yeah, of course. He's just not here yet.
Some people actually believe that he's just not quite on the stage yet.
Antichrist or Antichrist.
Well,
there's
my position is that the Antichrist comes after Jesus opens the first seal. That's the white horse rider. So if Jesus hasn't opened the seals yet, I don't believe the Antichrist is here.
Well, do you believe like he might be like a kid growing up, or like
no,
trying to climb politics?
No, I don't believe. No, that's stuff. That's the Omen movie nonsense. No, I don't believe anything of the Omen movies. No, I believe he's a man who is probably like winding up in the position, probably climbing up the ranks somewhere. But he's just a man right now. He hasn't received Satan's spirit inside of himself. So he's definitely.
So this is a man that was born. Okay.
Yeah, like. Because the Omen movies, all that's all Hollywood. The Omen movies want you to think like, oh, he's born the Antichrist and he just has been the devil incarnate since a child. No, like Judas Iscariot, the Bible called Judas Iscariot the son of perdition at one point. And Judas might
be considered the Antichrist later.
Do you think that if we ended the family line that would put an end to it? Is it really just that simple?
No, it's not. No, there's no way of knowing. There is no family line. There's no. That's what I'm saying. You're thinking like of the Omen, those movies. No, the Antichrist. As far as I'm concerned, as far as my Bible studies, the Antichrist is not here yet because the spirit of Antichrist, the literal Antichrist, hasn't been unleashed. And whenever that spirit is unleashed, it will take over. I guess whichever man's in the position to take power. So, yeah.
But that person might be alive right now.
Yeah, he might be alive, but there's no way of knowing.
Interesting. You know, when I was trying to get my wife to vote because it's a patriotic thing, she's like, I don't know, if I want to vote because I'm afraid of voting in the Antichrist. I was like, fair point. I can't really argue that. But at the same time, I mean, if you don't vote, then like patriotism.
Superman could be considered an antichrist, one that stands in the place of Christ as a savior, right? The savior of the world.
Well, that's part of the long-time programming and conditioning that they've been doing for years. They want people to look up to these superheroes and all these other figures because instead of looking for Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ didn't come as a conqueror the first time. He came to die for the sins of the world. That's not very attractive to people. People are attracted to the powerful one, the one who stands up and stands up for the people. That's what they want, and that's what the Antichrist represents. So Superman's an Antichrist. Spider-Man's an Antichrist. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fun movies. I enjoy the movies for what they are and the special effects and all that cool stuff. But at the end of the day, what we're looking at, the rest of the lost world is looking for hope and some sort of figure that will come one day. And it's going to be a false hope, which is why it's going to be the Antichrist.
I mean,
Remember from Man of Steel, the symbol means hope. The S on his chest stands for hope, and it's like, no. Hope in a man to carnally save the world? Nah.
you have any?
Anyway, it's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go. Does anybody else want to take hostship over the show?
I was feeling the same way. I mean, you know, I've been feeling kind of tired most of the day, so I think I'm ready.
Are you in front of a computer where you can manage everything?
Hmm.
Are you in front of a computer to manage everything?
He's probably
No.
around his girlfriend. So
Okay, just talking to that girl of yours. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah. No, I'm on my phone. I'm not near my computer. And
Okay, well, I'm gonna hit end live stream. So bye, everybody.
yep.
much
Just gotta hit
See ya.
Wait, okay. Y'all have
There we go.